Yeah, all right. Even as the mutual fund industry continues to see some stress, leading financial services firm Mahindra Finance is said to make another foray into the mutual fund industry. Ramesh Iyer of Mahindra Finance now joins us on this conversation. Ramesh, good having you on the show. My first question to you is, let's talk about the automobile sector as a whole. We are seeing the stress in the sector. How is that sort of translating to you as far as credit offtake is concerned?
See, we continue to maintain that, urban is not growing. It's flat or not growing at all.
Sure.
But rural is still holding up. And I won't say that rural is really growing by a very high percentage, but the demand for vehicle in rural continues to be there.
Sure.
But yes, rural never will have the opportunity or the ability to offset the urban drop. But for us, who's so much present there is some opportunity to really keep growing.
Right.
But commercial vehicle segment is still not happening. And therefore, I would still put overall, the sentiments are not very bullish, but rural still seems to be doing better than urban.
Why have you chosen to enter the AMC or the mutual fund route in the rural market, and why now?
See, it's if you kind of recall, about 1.5 years back, we had this in principle. But we were kind of discussing and debating as to should we at this stage enter or otherwise. But if we are willing to take a long-term view, I think the mutual fund industry will revive. At least for the rural market, we clearly see there are possibilities of products.
Where is the gap from a consumer standpoint?
See, if you look at rural, where are they investing? They continue to invest in some fixed deposits, maybe in gold, and buy some land possibly. Now, if there is a possibility to offer them products, where they can invest either monthly, but I'd be more excited to even look at designing new products. And if you look at the cash flow, they're not a structured cash flow. Look at the farmers, traders, maybe they have some bunched cash flow. So is there an opportunity to even design product? Like, in the Indian insurance industry, we always look at, is there a possibility to design product that suits a customer requirement?
Sure.
So we would look at something like that. And we're not in a hurry. We're not saying that, we want to come in and want to be the number one, number two player from tomorrow.
Sure.
I think we have the time. We'll work on it. We'll kind of design products, but use our distribution channel and then see what are the different profiles that we can work with and therefore take it to that market.
Interesting. I want to push the point about the automobile sales that you were talking about. CV sales were weak. Tractor sales in the last quarters continued to hold out. You saw some traction in refinancing as well. Do you see that trend continuing in 2014?
See, tractor continues to do well. South has to still pick up.
It's not.
And I'm assuming that, after Pongal, something will start happening in South.
Sure.
Like Karnataka did show some signs of improvement, but Andhra and Tamil Nadu yet to start showing improvements, but we do expect that will happen. The North has done well, MP has done well. So, and we believe it will continue to do well. And I somehow think that, the need-based products will continue to do well. They may have some temporary dips here and there. It's the aspirational products which normally suffer when in the overall economy is not doing well and there are pressures of interest, etc., etc.
Right.
So therefore, our expectation is that tractors will continue to do well. Need-based vehicles like people carrier, whether it's the SUVs, the Boleros, etc., they will do well.
Right.
The three-wheelers seems to be doing okay. Right? LCVs are doing well.
LCVs are doing okay.
It's a heavy commercial vehicle, not doing well. Possibly the cars aren't doing so well. But again, one has to take a view on urban versus rural, and rural is just about, penetrating or beginning to happen.
Sure.
So little of everything possibly could be our story.
How do you see the rate environment playing out? We are seeing some softness coming in the inflation rates, not so sharply. Do you see scope for lending rates to head lower?
See, about a year back or so, all of us felt that interest rates must start coming down.
That's right.
Come January, I think slowly we started understanding it may not. I think now the happiness is at least it doesn't go up. I don't think we're yet saying, we're expecting it to come down.
Sure.
But if the industry has to be supported, the auto industry has to be supported, the financing is a very important element of the total purchase decision.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So therefore the interest rates will have to necessarily come down because I'm not able to see too much of income side going up. Till such time the income side was going up, people were little neutral to the cost impacts. But if the income also kind of stabilizes and the cost doesn't come down, then the buying pattern starts changing. So given that scenario, definitely the interest rates expectation at least would be that it would start coming down.
Sure.
And if that had to happen, there'll be some help to the industry. But visibility is a little low. Not able to say that interest will come down so very quickly.
So I know, Ramesh, that you travel quite a bit and you have your ears close to the ground, especially rural India. We're talking at a time, 3 months from now, you're going to see the large political event in the elections. What's the sense that you're getting? I mean, what could be what could be good news for the economy and industry and the markets, and what could be bad to your mind?
See, one is the uncertainty must go in the sense that as quickly as possible election gets announced and everybody knows, okay, this is the time.
Sure.
Right? Because normally a month before and a month after, not too much of, I think, buying activities happen, but on the ground there'll be a lot of excitement, consumption, vehicle use, etc. goes up. At least for us, we clearly see.
Sure.
But that's not one of the best time for the financier, right? You just don't go out and recover money or even repossessions of vehicles,
Sure.
even on a legal basis, not very easy, all kinds of stuff.
Campaigning is good business.
Yeah, so maybe in those 2-3 months, our own customers get engaged pretty well, the vehicles get used well, the business is okay. So, but expectation is that some kind of a stability, maybe after elections, should do well. And who knows, I mean, everyone is waiting for what's the date and when is this going to happen. But I think it must happen so that the uncertainty goes off. That's very important.
Ramesh Iyer, good talking to you. Many thanks indeed for joining us on Bloomberg. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Ramesh Iyer from Mahindra Finance. Up next, it's been a rough 2013, but is 2014 going to be better for the automobile industry? We're going to continue this conversation. Dr.